Hello, this is Matt Cannon with my thoughts of the day. I'm out here in nature again. This time I'm over by the coast. I actually just came, it's Saturday, May 30th, 2020, and I went ahead and came over to watch the launch. So there was a historic mission that was scheduled Wednesday of this week. There was bad weather, so it was canceled and it was moved over to today. And so I went ahead and took a ride over here to the coast. I live in Florida, Central Florida, so it wasn't that far for me. But I took a ride over to the coast to come over to this area, and I was able to watch it because it took off. So I'm excited about it. I just want to give my congrats to Elon Musk, SpaceX team, NASA, the United States of America. The whole world needed this. Between the coronavirus and everything else that's been going on, it's good to see humanity get a win. It's good to see humanity accomplish something, a lofty challenge. And right now, I don't know if you can see behind me, I'm actually standing in a quarry. So here, I came to this place, it's called the Enchanted Forest, and I came back to this little hook back here, and there's a quarry. Right now I can see the roadway, and there's traffic. So my idea was to come into a kind of tucked away area and watch the launch from there. And so then I could just also get a trail. If the launch was scrubbed, the launch was scrubbed, but at least I'm in a nice trail. So I'm so excited. I'm happy to see that they made the launch, and it's a good thing. What I'm going to talk about today is something relatively brief, but it's I think an important thing to learn. I got another great book recommendation from Naval Ravikant. For those who have watched any of my videos, you know I'm always quoting him and things from him. He's from afar influenced my thinking tremendously, and I look at it this way: if you want to have a good person influence your thinking, you couldn't ask for a better person, because he's just wise as they come. And he talked about a book called The Beginning of Infinity. The Beginning of Infinity by David Deutsch. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but he recommended it as a top book to read. And I'm just going to read a little quote from it. There's a scene in the book where Socrates, yes, the famous Socrates of Athens, was in a dream. And in this dream, Hermes, God, came and was talking to him. And they were having this whole back and forth. And it's the most creative thing in the book, this scene. But there's one section on there where Socrates is talking to Hermes, and he basically explains how he thinks, this whole objectivity, learning things. And Hermes says to Socrates the following: "Congratulations, Socrates, on your epistemological wisdom." It's a hard word to say. "The knowledge which you seek, objective knowledge, is hard to come by, but attainable. The mental state that you do not seek, justified belief, is sought by many people, especially priests, philosophers. But in truth, beliefs cannot be justified in except relation to other beliefs, and only fallibly. So the quest for justification can only lead to an infinite regress, each step of itself which would be subject to error." So the whole thing is, he says, the knowledge which you seek, objective knowledge, is hard to come by but attainable. That mental state that you do not seek, justified belief, is sought by many people, especially priests and philosophers. But in truth, beliefs cannot be justified except in relation to other beliefs, only fallibly. So it's this whole idea of objective knowledge versus justified belief. Objective knowledge versus justified belief. And when I think of that, it's kind of the example of what we just saw. What we just saw was objective knowledge. We saw people working towards a goal, working towards something, using science, testing their hypothesis, breaking everything down. And we just had 2 astronauts from the United States launch into orbit. They're traveling to the International Space Station. And that's different than, say, justified belief, where I say, I believe this because I believe it. It's 2 different sides of the coin. And in this book, he breaks down that dynamic, and he actually commends Socrates for being a type of person that is looking after something greater than just justified belief. So my challenge for you today, after witnessing something that tremendous of a spaceship launching into orbit, launching into space, going to ISS space station, before anything happens, it's right before it's wrong. So most of the inventions and the things that are to come are likely going to be removed as being wrong. Like most of the inventions and creations that we see are going to be preceded by something that's going to be better, that's going to improve it. We're seeing right now in society, we're moving in a direction where things are changing. Elon Musk has vision to get us having a space station at Mars, like actually inhabiting Mars and having it as an opportunity for an escape hatch in case something happens on Earth, but it's also just the exploration. And so I just want to encourage you today, as you're going through things and you start feeling that you're in justified belief. Justified belief is easy. Justified belief is simply saying, I believe it because so-and-so said it. I believe it because that's what everyone else around me believes. And this is not only for things like religion or those type of beliefs. It's just believing what's possible in your life. This morning, I took some time and I watched the Matrix movie. So I haven't watched it in a while. I saw it in the theaters originally in 1999, and I loved the movie then when I watched it. But I watched it, I've been wanting to watch it recently because in this whole book, he also gets into kind of this idea of the simulation and the idea of things going on. And it's just fascinating to me how little we know. Like every time we learn something new, you always have a chance to go a little bit further. Anytime you think you know something, if you study it out a little bit deeper, you realize you don't know it. And that's not a bad thing. It puts us in this state of continual improvement, continual going for the next challenge, continual appreciation for where we've come. And just because something is proven wrong doesn't mean it doesn't warrant any honor or respect or something good about it. There's a constant warring between the traditions of man and the progress of man. And it's not zero sum. You can have traditions and you can have progress. You don't have to have either or, you can have both. And I think that's fascinating to me. So here I am, I'm on nature, I just witnessed history. I'm here in sunny Florida. I'm by a quarry that I didn't even know exists, and this forest, the Enchanted Forest, is an amazing trail. So look for objective knowledge, seek objective knowledge, learn how to see what's going on behind the scenes. Like the Matrix, oftentimes there's things that we don't even see. Even quantum physics is showing us things that are happening on an atomic level that we don't even know about. So think about that. How many things are going on beneath the surface that you don't even see and know about? And yet we feel so confident on things about life that we think we understand. It's okay to not understand. It's okay to have objective knowledge, to break through challenges and go forward. In that book, Beginning of Infinity, it's a long book. It's a pretty deep read. It gets into a lot of science. It gets into multiverse and gets into all these crazy things. Not crazy, it's probably more real than we realize, but seek it out. Seek out objective knowledge and fight against the push towards justified belief, because justified belief is if you win the argument, you're winning it fallibly. You're going to win it from a fallacious point of view. You're not going to actually win, and you're not going to really know the truth. You might feel good because you win a debate or whatever, but it's just based on your knowledge and belief. So objective knowledge, Socrates and Hermes having their discussion, and it's a good book. I'm excited for the United States of America right now. I'm excited for Elon Musk, SpaceX, and just another thing, just before I go, whenever you feel stressed, you got to push through. You have to push through. When you think, I saw someone post this recently, and they were talking about Elon, and they were saying, do you feel like you got a lot going on? Look at what Elon is dealing with. He just had a baby. He just had a baby not too long ago. His significant other had a baby not too long ago. He's opening his Tesla factories in direct objection to rules and laws over in California. He's fighting with the government, and he was saying, you know, come arrest me. All in the same time he's planning this launch. COVID's still going on, and yet he's launching rockets into space, to humans going to space, and it's a whole journey. And he had failure along the way. He had things not go right along the way, but look at what he did. All that stress, he pushed through it. Think about that. Think about how you are capable of so much more than you think. So you might feel stressed about your little world and things that are going on, but recognize that you have within you great opportunity, great potential. Stress is a good thing for you. Push through it, get smarter, get better, seek objective knowledge that goes beyond what you know today, and you'll be on your way to maybe accomplishing something similar to what Elon did. If everyone had embraced the same kind of optimism and way of thinking, I think our world would be a better place. So these are my thoughts for the day. This is Matt Cannon. Again, congrats to the SpaceX team. Congrats to Elon Musk. Congrats to NASA. You guys did it. Great, great job. This is Matt Cannon. Thoughts of the day. Signing out.